We're here again with Real Talk with another special guest. Introduce yourself, bro.
Big Shacks. The real Big Shacks.
How do you feel about what's going on in the community at the moment with the knife crime and the youth nowadays?
I feel it's an utter disgrace to civilization. I feel it's an utter disgrace to humanity. I feel the problem at hand has been designed and orchestrated from probably the beginning of time. We're seeing it implemented more now than ever. So statistics show that with the amount of young people that were killed last year and predicaments that will be much more this year. Unfortunately, I feel that we're living in a society that's been controlled and is controlled by those in superior places of power and influence. And I feel that this is...
Is it going to get better or worse? What I'm hearing from you that a change is not coming.
Yeah, definitely not. There's not going to be a change because, as I said, the change can only take place so much. You know, it has to change from the top downwards. It's not going to happen like that.
So, but how do we get someone at the top? It's the youth then. We need to get one of the youths to stop.
What we have to do is we have to put this power in unity. When there's enough people together that are bothered about the situation that's happening, and there's enough people that are willing to invest in the situation that's happening, and when there's enough people that are willing to say enough is enough, and I'm willing to sacrifice and lay down my life for this cause, whether that means my time, whether that means literally, whether that means finances, till we get to a position where there's enough of us, when we come together, we put aside our differences, our race, our gender, our differences, and we draw together on a commonality that we're human beings and find strength in unity and collectively tackle the issue. It will only be then, at that point, where we see change.
How do we get everybody to sit down? Because you're saying get everybody to work together, but we got certain organisations that don't even want to work together. Certain groups don't want to work together. Certain gangs don't want to work together. Certain boroughs don't want to work together.
We need leaders. At this crucial time, it's a time for leaders. We need people of character, we need people of substance, people of experience that are willing to take the lead on the current issues. And as I said, when there's enough people that want to see change, they will come together, and when that time takes place, that can take place via protesting, documentaries, you know, interviews like what you're doing now, and giving people a choice of freedom of speech, and where there's a platform for that voice to be heard is an effective way of implementing that change and getting people that are not in organisations and different groups of people of faith to understand that this is a problem that concerns your life, your children, your family to come.
I feel like the youth are not using their skills very well. For example, there are a lot of people that are in the community that do so good for the community, but no one knows anything about it. They don't get exposed on Twitter or anything like that. All you hear in the news about the celebrity, this and that. Our youth should be training about so-and-so did this for me, this and that. Do you think so? So we're not using Instagram well how we should be. Posting what we wear, posting this, posting parties. We're not posting, we've just had a good session. We've scored this, you know, things about life instead of rough, I don't know how to explain it.
That's propaganda, and for a long time,
we haven't used it well.
And the news tell you and feed you a lot of bullshit, a lot of garbage.
Yeah, and there's so much good
stuff,
people that do.
A lot of information, a lot of biased information. So because they're feeding you garbage and feeding us garbage, these platforms are saturated with bullshit and with vanity and gossip and animosity and jealousy and ego.
What would you like to tell the youth that are thinking of joining a gang or going out with a knife at the moment?
It is what it is. Look, at the end of the day, yeah, if you're in a situation and it requires you to be protected, you're not gonna not be protected because the likely consequences of that is that it's going to result in you losing your life. So you're going to have to stay protected. So it's either you can try and level out your problems or remove yourself as far away from the situation as possible. Sometimes those options are not available. So if you're going to stay protected, you need to be aware of the consequences that when it does go wrong, you're looking at a long life spent in prison. But at the same time, you need to stay protected and it could save your life. Statistics show that people that carry knives are more likely to be stabbed with their own knives until you're that person that's in a situation where you're surrounded by a group of other young males or 1-2 males and they pull a knife out of you or they don't have a knife or whatever the situations that may be, because there's lots of situations that can take place, there's lots of scenarios that can take place on the streets. You need to stay protected if you're in these scenarios. Unfortunately, it's a cycle and it's hard to get out of these scenarios and situations, but while you're in them you have to stay protected. And this is what the majority of public fail to realise, that when you're in the jungle, it's a battlefield. You cannot be in a battlefield and not be armed, because the likely chances are you'll be hit down, you'll be struck down by a marksman or by another opponent. So you have to stay protected whilst you're on the battlefield.
On that note, what would you like to tell the politicians and the people that actually, the commissioners of the police, about what they can do to help the situation?
Our politicians, our police service, these institutions are puppets of a hierarchy that is actually taking place in our society. So where you feel that the decision is in voting, the decision is not in voting because there is no vote. These decisions are made for you, are pre-made for us. The very cause of the problem is in our leaders, is in the decisions and policies that they have made for us. This is orchestration and this is a business, and there is a hierarchy agenda for the mass population where we've become desensitized and controlled and deceived. And without awakening and without realization, we will continue to kill one another and to be induced in a cycle of poverty, of ignorance, lifelong, extended to our kids, generation to generation, as this is clearly seen within our institutions and within those that are behind the scenes. Not so much those that are seen, but one thing for evident is that there will be a place and a time where no one will be able to hide and will be able to see clearly the responsible individuals for the animosity and chaos that is taking place within our country and within the world. That there is a high agenda for us, and if we don't awaken to that, we'll continue to be enslaved by our feelings, thoughts and emotions.
Do you think we should legalize drugs in this country? Would that solve one of the problems?
Drugs, in some sense, would not necessarily solve the problem if it's legalized. Drugs, in terms of medication that are prescribed from the pharmacies, are probably the most deadliest drugs that are prescribed, and is a multi-million, probably billion-pound made industry in terms of pharmaceutical medication.
Okay. Let's cause real insight. We should do real talk soon again.
Some shit for the figures, let's spit quick. My bitch fits one of my kids shit. Don't switch it, whip from the coach strip. I poach it, bitch back stroke shit. I had a line with a dope from the dope strip. Bang bang for the gang on the road tip. Did road chips roll with a whole clip. Let it go on you and your whole shit. No, we don't know shit. Money in some old shit. Feeling like packers for cold shit. Kick back, lip back, what's the whole stick? For the money, watch you jump on the pole quick. Got the food from the plug, tell me whole flick. They be talking too much, put on no shit. Fuck around in the dark, get your whole hit. Back to the crib on the whole spliff. Break a whole key down on the no sniff. Roll round in your ends, lit the whole script. Spitting like I'm reading from a scroll script. Back on the block, make the dough flip. Always praying to the Lord that I don't slip. Better make sure that